they asked me that question. One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills. And the money came flowing in. I said, no, you have to understand, you don't pay your bills, you get no protection. It's very simple. Hundreds of billions of dollars came into NATO, and that's why they have money today, because of what I did. When I went after ISIS, I was told 4 years, and we took them out in just a matter of weeks. The whole thing gone, 100%. I remember we got it down to 98%, and I said, let's get out of here, because Iran doesn't want ISIS. They're enemies, natural enemies. Russia doesn't want. I said, let them finish off the final two. Let's get the hell out of there. I wanted to get out after 20 years of ridiculous spending of billions and trillions of dollars. And the fake news said, he didn't finish the job. It's 98%. I figured let them take out the two a little. So you know what I said? All right, fellas, go and knock the hell out of them and let's get the hell out. We finished 100%. We knocked out ISIS. General Raisin Cane, right? Raisin, you know who Raisin Cane is? General Raisin Cane was great. He did a great job. We got some great generals, not the guys you see on television that leave Afghanistan. Let's take the soldiers out first. Let's take the military out first. If I ask a child, there's a beautiful child sitting in the 10th row right there, about 11 years, 10 years old. If I ask that young man, what do you think we should do? Should we take the military out first or last? He would tell me, sir, last. What's wrong with you asking me a stupid question like that, sir? We took the military out first. We didn't take our equipment. We left $85 billion worth of equipment. We left the saddest. Look, we had 13 incredible soldiers. I've gotten to know their families. 13 military killed, violently killed, blown up. 38 people so horrifically hit, and nobody talks about them. Do you ever hear that? You probably never heard that from anybody else. Nobody talks about the 38 people so badly hit, legs gone, arms gone, faces just so sad. I visited many of them in Walter Reed. By the way, one of the greatest hospitals in the world. Those doctors are incredible. What they do is incredible. 5 years ago, they could have never lived, but it's incredible. 38 so badly hurt. And we left a lot of hostages. We left a lot of Americans there. We got out with the planes. Remember the planes? He said, it'll never be another Vietnam with the helicopters. This made Vietnam look like it was a picnic. It was terrible. People falling off the planes. Remember that scene of the planes leaving, and they had many people sitting on the wings of the planes and the wheels of the planes, and they were falling off at 3,000 feet. That's 3 times the height of the Empire State Building. They were falling off the planes. There was never a scene like that, and there's never been an embarrassment like that in the history of our country. We've never been so embarrassed. And that's why Putin, I believe, because I know Putin very well, very smart, very sharp. They hate when I say that, you know. They say, oh, you called him President Xi of China. I say, very smart man. They ask me, is he smart? I said, well, let's go a step above that. Let's say he's a brilliant guy. The press goes, he called President Xi brilliant. Well, here's a guy controls 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. Yeah, I'd say he's smart, but he respected this country. We didn't play games, and we took out billions, hundreds of billions of dollars out of China. No president has ever taken out 10 cents out of China. We took out hundreds of billions of dollars. So Nikki may have started her career in South Carolina, but she's now 100% the candidate of Wall Street and the war machine. She wants to go to war with everybody. She wants to kill people. Countries that don't want us there. Countries that don't want us there. We're all over the place. We took a lot of it out. They don't want us. They cost us billions and billions and trillions of dollars. And I just put a truth out. Is everybody, I hope, on truth? It's the greatest. David, you're on truth? I just put it out. They want to give like almost $100 billion to a few countries. $100 billion. And I said, and I'm telling you this is breaking news. We have breaking news. I said, why do we do this? If you do, you give them not $100 billion. You give it to them as a loan. It's called a loan. Give them the money. And if they can pay it back, they pay it back. If they can't pay it back, they don't have to pay it back because, you know, they've got some problems. But if they go to another nation, they drop us like a dog, like a female drops a male after a date because he doesn't like her, right? If that happens to our country, then very simply, we call the loan and we say we want our money because we give money and then they go to another side. As an example, let's say we give all this money. We were already into Ukraine for over $200 billion. And they could make a deal with Russia in the next 3 weeks, and all of a sudden they don't want to deal with us anymore. We've given hundreds of billions of dollars. And why are we at over $200 billion? And the European nations are, if you add them up, it's a very similar sized economy. They're at $25 billion. So we're at 200 plus, and it affects them much more. We have a thing called an ocean between us, right? It affects them much more. But we're at 200. They're at 250. I did the same thing with NATO. I got them to pay up. NATO was busted until I came along. I said, everybody's going to pay. They said, well, if we don't pay, are you still going to protect us? I said, absolutely not. They couldn't believe the answer. And everybody, you never saw more money pour in. The Secretary General Stoltenberg, well, I don't know if he is anymore, but he was my biggest fan. He said, all these presidents came in, they'd make a speech, they'd leave, and that was it. And they all owed money, and they wouldn't pay it. I came in, I made a speech, and I said, you got to pay up. They asked me that question. One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills. And the money came flowing in. And Henry would know this. If I said, yes, I will, you don't have to pay. Yes, I will. Most politicians have said to that, yes, we will protect you under any circumstance. Well, then they're never paying up. I said, no, you have to understand, you don't pay your bills, you get no protection. It's very simple. Hundreds of billions of dollars came into NATO, and that's why they have money today, because of what I did. And then I hear that they like Obama better. They should like Obama better. You know why? Because he didn't ask for anything. We were like the stupid country of the world, and we're not going to be the stupid country of the world any longer. We're not going to be. Got bad under this guy. So he now wants to send them $50, $60 billion. I have to say one thing. I think the greatest salesman ever in history is Zelensky. And I like Zelensky because during the hoax of, the impeachment hoax, they said I made a threatening phone call to him. And when they asked him, he said, no, it wasn't threatening. It was a very nice call. He could have played to the bandwagon. He didn't do that. He told the truth. So I like Zelensky, but that war's got to end. We can make a deal on that war. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to get that war ended. That war is a disaster. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are being killed, far more than you're reading about. And you notice you don't hear about that war anymore. You know why? Because they're not doing well, that's why. Because the fake news is totally bought in, and now they're saying this is not working out. No, we got to get that war settled, and I'll get it settled. It would have never happened with Putin. It would have never happened. And by the way, it didn't happen for 4 years. It didn't happen. We'll get it settled.